Alright, hey guys, I got another Wi-Fi battle for you, and this time it's against AlphaDragonite. And there isn't much to say. I used Garchomp because it's OU, and I didn't know this till now, and so did he, so... And from the look of things, my team is at a disadvantage, because he's got a lot of tough pokes, while I'm kinda using some creative stuff. So he sent out his, Hydreigon. It's really strong, and I'm afraid it's faster than me, actually. So I send out my, Servine, and with an Eviolite stone, if that's how you say it. It's pretty bulky, so I was running a Calm Mindset on it. Unfortunately, Flamethrower is just really powerful. So he gets that KO off really easily. I didn't want to switch out either, because I figured if that thing does that much to my bulky Servine, I'm screwed! So I go over to Caboose with Ice Beam, and I'm thinking I can hit him, but I can't. So he switches out, or I can't because he switches out, so sad face. He sends out his Electros, and I hit it with an Ice Beam, doesn't do much. And so I switch out to Band with the Dusclops. How could I forget? He hits me with a Wild Bolt. That doesn't do much, and I knew that wouldn't do much because I also have an Eviolite on this Pokemon, so that's awesome for Wallen. He sounds out his Chandelier, and I think... Okay, yeah, it's definitely got Flash Fire because it absorbed my Will-O-Wisp, which was supposed to kill off... I mean, not kill off, but stop his physical attacker. So I go for Shadow Sneak. I think it's kind of fragile and I would kill it, but apparently he's got some EVs invested in HP or something. So he beats me with Overheat, his special attack goes down, and I'm like, okay, I got 2 casualties, I'm gonna send out Garchomp here. He's got a really low special attack, and I ×4 resist this. There is no way he's taking me down. So I set up my Swords Dance, and from here on out, it's kind of like, whoa-pow, in his face, and I'm beating him and stuff for a few turns. He sends out his Garchomp. I'm afraid I'm slower than him, but I'm not, so I use dual chop, but since it was a switch in, I of course had to miss, so he, had to risk it the next turn. So if there was a speed tie, I beat him. If there wasn't, I beat him anyways. He sends out his Whimsicott, and this will be a very annoying thing, but he goes for Taunt thinking I'll go for another Swords Dance, which I probably should have, but hey, I didn't, whatever. And that thing gets plus priority in all non-attacking moves, so that's pretty bad for me if he could get off something like Sleep Powder, but he doesn't have it apparently, so good for me. Fire Fang gets him down to really low HP, goes for that Protect, cancels out my Dual Chop, goes for that Leech Seed, which I hate because that lowered my HP even more, but I'm going to kill him off with a Double Chop, hits one time. And I love the bottom bar, and I hope I'm being loud enough because I usually am really quiet. He sends out his Crafty, which I called Scrafaggy last time. Whoops! I'm going to go for Earthquake, and he goes for Dragon Tail, and either way he was going to go slower than me, so I kind of get how Dragon Tail is useful on that thing, but I don't see why you would put Life Orb on it, because its attack's not too high, and that thing's kind of something that has a setup. So Dragon Tail knocks into my Sylvia, which is my Blue Umbreon, because I always have to have a Blue Umbreon. Then I switch out to Pablo, and, I'm thinking, I can take whatever he has, and I kind of do. Just that high jump kick is really powerful, and it hurt, and I was hoping it would miss. So I go over to Caboose, my Blastoise, who I always have, not always, but most of the time. I just love using this Blastoise. Sends out his Hydreigon, hits me with like a Dragon Pulse. I guess he was thinking I would switch over to that Garchomp. Dragon Pulse does a crap load, so I go over to my special and general Wall. It does a crap load, and here my mom walks in, and I misclicked by accident and went over to Caboose. So now I'm like, no, Caboose, run away! But it doesn't work, so Caboose got KO'd, sad face. And so I go back to Sylvia, and I'm like, out for revenge now. So I Protect, heal off with those lefties. It looks like there's a sandstorm in the background, but there really isn't. He takes his poke back, and I'm not sure why. I guess he thought I was going to pass the wish to my dragon type Pokemon, which wouldn't really do anything because I'm faster than it and I would get that set up and kill it. So anyways, he goes for that Dragon Claw thinking I'd switch out or something. I'm just assuming he thinks I'm going to switch out because he gets stabbed on Wild Bolt. Why wouldn't he go for that? I poison him, and this turn I'm going to mean look him, but he switches out, so he might have seen that coming, or maybe he just realized, I have Focus Blast on this thing, so I'm going to use it now. So yes, Focus Blast would kill me, but here's where things get really hacky. Both my Toxics hit, which are like 85 accuracy each, so that's okay. And all of his Focus Blast shall miss. I say it now because it's true, and I've already seen this match twice. So here I'm just kind of Wish Protect stalling, and I'm going to try and pass my Wish off to Caesar next turn. I know he's got Fire Blast, or Flamethrower, But I'm thinking Focus Blast, I can probably survive it. Actually, no, that's not what I'm thinking. I just want to switch for no reason. Oh, not this turn, but I'm going to switch eventually. So he actually runs out of Focus Blast. That's like, you know, really bad that none of those hit. And I feel really bad that I got the hacks and stuff. But whatever, he kind of had the advantage in the first place. So he sends out his Electros as his second to last Pokemon. I send out my Pablo, who's a female Caesar. The wish is passed, and he does crap for damage with Dragon Claw. And here, I should have used Sword Stance on this turn, but I didn't. I used Bullet Punch, hoped it would do some more damage, but it doesn't. And he uses Dragon Claw. I'm pretty sure he thought I would switch out to Garchomp here. I'm not sure why I would do that, but anyways, I should have switched out this turn, because Flamethrower wouldn't do crap to me. So he kills me off with Flamethrower, and I'm like, oh, no, not Pablo too. It's on. And from here on out, it's kind of a toxic stall thing where I'm gonna send out Sylvia. The phone's gonna ring downstairs, and I'm glad it's not in my room interrupting my recording again. And he does that thing with that Pokemon, and yeah, he's going nowhere with this because I am just stalling him, and he does not have Brick Break. And the only reason I didn't send out Garchomp or switch out from Pablo to Garchomp is because I thought that thing was faster than me. Fun fact, that thing has a 50 base speed. There is no chance ever that will outspeed me. Good Pokemon to have though. So I could have gone to Garchomp, and I probably could have sweeped his whole team. And again, this is some dude named AlphaDragonite, named Alpha in-game. I'm not sure why, but they have a space in their name, and I don't get that. But whatever. Oh, if he got me with that overheat right there, he probably would have killed me, and I would have been like, no, that's not fun. But he didn't, because I got the Protect off, and my wish came true, and I healed. And so he hits me with his overheat, which is pretty weak now. Not pretty weak, hits me pretty hard, and it would have hit me for less and less damage every turn, and he would have gotten toxic or something, and I had my Garchomp, so he kind of just gave up there. Smart move on his part. So, how are you guys liking these battles? Every Friday, if I can find a good battle, well, at least half decent, I will edit and all that stuff, all that fun stuff that's behind the computer, and then I will upload in HD. Oh, and hey, I just watched the whole battle without the color changing thing on, so it must look really dull. So, did you guys really like that Servine in the front? I know it didn't last long, but I really like Servine. Now I do, because with Evilite, it's really bulky, like bulkier than Serperior, and it gets Calm Mind, and that's pretty nice, and I like it, so yay, my creativity lost. But anyways, thanks for watching. Remember to thumbs up and leave a comment. I'm crazy about comments and stuff. And that is about it. Goodbye, folks.